Welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo Up, a podcast where we talk about pop music. We're halfway through our deep dive of the UK Top 10 Singles Chart of the 27th of October 1987. I'm James Cook.
I'm Andy Robinson.
And in part one, we went through songs numbers 10 to 6. If you haven't listened to it already, it'll be there.
It's the one just below this episode.
Here's the songs we've covered so far. Up 2 to 10 was Walk the Dinosaur by Was Not Was.
A funky apocalyptic prediction.
Down 5 to 9, Crazy Crazy Nights by Kiss.
It's a little song for everyone out there.
Up 9 to 8, Rent by the Pet Shop Boys.
A transactional love story. Hey, join us on Patreon.
Up 1 to 7, Mony Mony by Billy Idol.
Hey, motherfucker, get laid, get fucked.
And up 1 to 6, it's The Circus by Erasure.
A chilling tale of unemployment with accordion.
We should just point out, if you haven't listened to the first half, Andy isn't being needlessly offensive with that Billy Idol reference. That is something we did talk about.
Although I do think if you're listening, you're a motherfucker and you should get laid and get fucked.
All the songs featured can be found on our Spotify and YouTube playlists. The links are in the description. And if you join our Patreon community, you can get access to our bonus tracks, half a dozen songs that are in the chart but aren't in the top 10 on the 29th of October 1987. And to make non-subscribers jealous, here's a glimpse behind the paywall at the epic bands that get laid down. God, I wish I was DJing right now. I'd put this on. Yeah. I'd put this on and everyone would dance and everyone would clap and say, James, you're the best DJ for picking this song to play.
Yeah. Up the old wazoo.
Oh, the old wazoo.
I'm not expecting Stevie Wonder to talk about wazoo.
Do I look like a grandmother to you? Don't answer that.
Put the kettle on, Dave, we're busy.
It's all about a little girl who keeps spiders in her pocket, collects fly wings in a jar, scrubs horseflies, and pinches them on a line. Join our community now at patreon.com/ShoobyPodcast.
Number 5.
Up 6 to 5, it's Little Lies by Fleetwood Mac.
A song that in my head constantly merges into Everywhere by Fleetwood Mac.
It's similar, that's for sure.
I like this era of Fleetwood Mac, the 80s pop era one. After the insanity of Tusk,
right, yeah.
They go away and they come back with Tango in the Night, the album that this is on.
Yes.
With Big Love, Everywhere, Little Lies. I think they're 3 great pop singles.
Yes, I've only, let's say in the last year, begun to accept the majesty of Big Love. Well, I don't like it. I don't like this song.
You don't like it?
Nah, boring.
Why don't you like it?
Boring. Tedious.
Really?
Yeah, I'm partly being a bit iconoclastic just because it's
are?
Fleetwood Mac, but yeah, no, I'm not into this. So dumb. Tell me all about it then, boss. I don't want to be negative.
Too late.
It's happened.
So it's co-written by Christine McVie.
Sorry, she dearly departed. It's a masterpiece.
Oh, shut up. Do you know what her maiden name was?
No.
Christine Perfect.
That's a good name, isn't it?
She was born in Lancashire, but she grew up in
Birmingham.
Bearwood, yeah.
Bearwood. I grew up in Bearwood.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of jealousy, is it?
Maybe.
Should you have married, what was his name, John McVie?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if we grew up in Bearwood, have we got there yet? That's probably where I shoplifted my single from, so, you know, worlds are colliding.
Her mother was a psychic medium and faith healer, and her grandfather was the organist at Westminster Abbey.
Pretty good.
Of the 16 tracks on Fleetwood Mac's Greatest Hits album, which covers sort of Rumours era through to this, she wrote or co-wrote half of them, which is the same as Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham combined.
Yeah.
I think she's an unsung hero of Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, I mean, dearly departed Christine McVie, I was sort of, as someone with not a real interest in Fleetwood Mac, let's say, I saw the outpouring of love and grief for her when she recently died. That was always touching, but it was touching with her for sure.
She co-wrote this with her then husband, the Portuguese keyboardist Eddie Quintela. And it's a weird song to write with someone who you're in a relationship with.
Only if you're being autobiographical and factual. I mean, it's a sort of standard, isn't it? The one that springs to mind. The notion, I suppose, of just tell me anything and I'll be happy. It's kind of a weak position to not write a song from, but it's a weak emotional place, isn't it? Just tell me, like, say anything. Yeah. The one I can think of is You Don't Have to Say You Love Me, that song. But there's loads of them, isn't there? I mean, it's a pop staple. I'm going to say, just say anything and keep me happy for today.
But particularly after Rumours, every time Fleetwood Mac sing anything, you're going, all right, which one of them's singing this about which other one of them? Yeah. What's happened there?
Yeah, they've certainly got all that. And, I mean, to be fair, they have done loads of interviews and talked about the recording of, what's the album? what's the big one?
Rumours.
Rumours, my apologies, I'm getting old. They're not shy about the emotional turmoil, are they, about talking about it? So in a way, they brought it on themselves. I mean, they should have said, hey, motherfucker, get laid and get fucked on it or something.
Did you watch the video?
I had it on. Yeah, it was on.
Yeah, they're just fanning around in a farmhouse.
Fanning around a farmhouse.
Lindsay Buckingham looks really pissed off throughout the whole thing.
He's handsome. Lindsay Buckingham is a handsome and enigmatic performer. John McVie's at the bass player.
Yeah.
He's wearing a jumper you do your gardening, isn't he?
Buckingham leaves the band not long after this comes out.
The big love song, Lindsay Buckingham, what got me into the Fleetwood Mac record is I heard him do a solo rendition on his guitar, and it's happening.
Yeah.
Check that out on YouTube if you
really
can.
Good. 2 days later, so on 31st of October 1987, Tango in the Night goes to number 1 in the UK album charts. It's really good. I don't know why you don't like it. I like all the uses of the different voices, because Lindsay Buckingham's voice is in it and Stevie Nicks' voice is in it at certain points.
Yep.
To create an effect and a mood. I think the production of it is really good.
I know it's much loved. I'm being slightly grumpy for the sake of it. I'm not feeling this song, but I hope everybody did, didn't they? In the top 10 for starters, isn't it? It's a classic, and you hear it to this day. Everywhere you bleeding go. Everywhere, weirdly.
Not everywhere.
What do you mean?
No, it's Little Lies. Keep getting them confused. I do get them confused. Maybe it's not that distinctive, because while I'm singing Little Lies, I will accidentally start singing along to Everywhere. But
not a bad thing, though. That's all right. I don't want to be a down about Fleetwood Mac, because they're obviously much loved, aren't they?
Their fans are rabid. They'll come for you.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Down 2 to 4. Crockett's Theme by Jan Hammer. Side 3, track 8. From the TV show Miami Vice. Do you know the origin of the TV show Miami Vice? It is to do with music, sort of.
If it's to do with music, I'm all ears.
It was pitched as MTV Cops. That's what they wanted it to be. They wanted it to have the look and feel of music videos, but be a cop show.
Okay, which it sort of did. Were you a fan of Miami Vice?
I don't remember ever watching it.
Cool. That makes me respect you a little bit more. Like I say, I don't really give a monkeys about Miami Vice. I never watched it. I didn't like the aesthetic. I thought Cronkite and Tubby looked stupid in it while they're messing around with
Crockett and Tubbs.
Sorry, with the no socks and the jackets rolled up. As Morrissey said, it said nothing to me about my life. However, all week I have been singing along to it, going, you know it's Crockett's theme, it's Crockett's theme, it's Crockett's theme, you know it's Crockett. I've been singing that all week.
That's not what I've been singing to it.
What have you been singing to it?
Go and shove it up your bum, call your mum and tell her I said hi.
Better lyrics, it has to be said.
Thank you. We like the Lennon and McCartney, we are.
There's loads of love for it on YouTube, of course. Designed for Life Coaching 4007 says, this is a good song for when you're stuck for music to put on in your garden on a sunny day. That's very specific, isn't it, for a song?
I thought he was going to say, at your work presentation. It's got such work presentation vibes, this track.
Yeah. JD Caps 21 says, it's 2016 and I still wear suits without socks because of Sonny Crockett. No bullshit.
I call bullshit on that.
I was surprised to see this in the top 10 in 1987. My memory of Miami Vice was it's at its heyday 3 or 4 years earlier, I seem to remember. It was a bit of a deal when I was at school. And I wasn't at school, I was unemployed, on the streets, living in a stately home, don't tell anyone. Younger Mill, they said on YouTube, have you noticed how popular synthesizers are getting? It's not the same as a lonely man with a ponytail singing of his love on a guitar. It's got that to it, hasn't it? Let's call it a more modernist vibe. It reminded me of that Lily Was Here by Dave Stewart and Candy Dolphin we did a few weeks ago, which also gave a kick in.
What connects Sheena Easton, Frank Zappa, Phil Collins, Miles Davis, James Brown, Leonard Cohen and Eartha Kitt?
I am going to say they all appeared in Miami Vice.
You're damn right.
Cool.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Million pop points to me. Woo-hoo-hoo.
And Gene Simmons, who we've already spoken about. There were a lot of pop stars in that show because they wanted to have that vibe. Who played Sonny Crockett?
Johnny Donson.
Don Johnson, yes. Who had a single called Heartbeat. Got to number 46 in 1986.
See, that makes me think a little bit of that notion. They say, if someone's successful in you, I remember that single, and people say, if you push something and sold something, then it's going to become a hit. You've got no autonomy in choosing it. But the fact that Johnny Donson only got to number 46 would suggest that people don't take any old nonsense.
It's not like David Soul in the 70s.
Yep.
Tubbs was played by...
Michael Philip Holster.
Philip Michael Thomas,
Oh, darn it.
who apparently coined the term EGOT.
Which you mentioned the other
Yeah.
day. What's Emmy?
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. Although he didn't win any of those.
He coined it, though.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I looked up, because this is Crockett's theme.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So I looked
Which one's
up-
Crockett?
John Johnson.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm going, is there a Tubbs theme?
yeah.
And I had a look. There are loads of Miami Vice soundtrack albums, by the way. There's a track on one of them called Tubbs and Valerie. Nice. Valerie was his occasional girlfriend in the series, played by Pam Grier. I had to listen to it. It is awful.
Oh, really?
It is really bad.
I'm looking forward to hearing that later.
Yeah. I mean,
Should we put out extra content just as a... We won't be talking about it. Should we just put it on our...
put it on the playlists.
Remember, you can listen to all these songs and other ones we've chose for our own amusement. And let's face facts, your Patreon signage. Thank you very much.
On Spotify
Yeah, let's
and on YouTube.
Stick it on that playlist
All
as
right,
well
fine,
if it's so bad. I mean, I'm not sure that's the right way to go about life, but
It is a bit of a dirge. And here's the thing. The Miami Vice theme, which had also been a hit for Jan Hammer, the Miami Vice theme absolutely slaps.
yeah, all right.
Put that in the car when you're driving around.
Remind me of it with just a little la 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 because I can't remember it. Can you do it, please?
Bong, ch, ba, bong, ch,
Yeah.
bong, ch, ba, bong, ch. Ba, ba, na, ba, na, ba, boom, ba, doom, ba, doom, ba, doom, ch, boom, boom. It's got the drums. It's got loads of drum bits in it.
Thank you for doing that.
Ba,
I
doom, ba, doom, boom, ba,
appreciate
doom,
it.
ba. It's great.
All right. It only lasts 3.5 minutes, but it feels like an eternity.
Do you remember any other uses of this song? What if I were to say to you, of course we do. It's not all work, work, work.
It's Crockett theme, you know. Now go on.
Or if I said, it's just like loading a photocopier, only the paper's more expensive.
No, I don't know what cultural references you are alluding to.
This music was used in an ad for NatWest, in which one of their employees, who looks about 12, is talking about his job working for NatWest.
A bit like Moni. Moni we were discussing earlier then. A more depressing version of it.
So I watched that advert and did a bit of a U.
Yeah.
I
Did you have a look at YouTube comments?
I looked at the YouTube comments
There's
from
some
that
mad men
advert.
about, James. What did I say?
Duck Whistle said, it's
I'm
better.
I'm so delighted you've taken up this. Looking at YouTube, going, it's a road to madness. Duck Whistle, what's he got to say?
He said it's better than a dog playing the panpipes.
And I'm going to argue with Duck Whistle that it is. I'd rather watch a video of a dog playing panpipes than this nonsense.
Number 3.
Up to number 3 this week, it's Bananarama with the song Love in the First Degree.
Side 3, track 5.
I mean, I love this record.
I am as guilty as a drunken bee. Is that what they're singing?
No, they're not singing.
Guilty as a drunken bee.
No. I'm going to say it. Essentially, a lot of the song, Let's Get My Guitar, is what we talked about one week with Pictures of Lily, I think. It's got this chord changing. I'm going to call it the Betty's chord change because Taylor Swift used it and sung in Betty. It's got that. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
That's essentially, only you can set me free because I'm guilty and
A drunken bee.
Yeah, so it's got that chord change, and I'm going to call it out when they happen, not as a slag off, as a thank you for continuing that beautiful tradition. Also, I like it because it's going like chordly. It's interesting because it's going like C. That's no, E minor, locked in a prison cell, whatever. And the judge and jury they'll put the blame on me. And I like this to lead into the chorus. And then it's got this. You know identity. Where's that going? Back to the lovely songwriting. The lyrics are brilliant. An extended metaphor for being a prisoner due to love.
There are conflicting stories about who wrote this song.
Okay.
Pete Waterman says he came up with it while he was in the bath. Bananarama say he wasn't even in the building when we wrote it.
Okay.
Siobhan Fahey wrote the lyrics.
Great lyrics, Siobhan.
Which 2 number 1s did she co-write?
Shakespeare's Sister one, Stay,
Yep.
I would imagine.
Yep.
And the other one, would it be another Shakespeare Sister song or a Bananarama song? Neither?
No. Well, it wasn't a Shakespeare Sister song. It was a Bananarama song, but it wasn't a number 1 for Bananarama.
Oh, interesting. Cruel Summer?
No. Young at Heart. by the Bluebells.
She wrote that?
She co-wrote it.
Oh, nice research.
You're welcome. Siobhan Fahey is 7 months pregnant when this single came out. Did you watch the video?
No, I didn't.
They are trying to hide her pregnancy in the video.
Well, it's pop music, isn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose.
By the time this song was released in the US, what happened to Bananarama?
They had split up.
Yeah, Siobhan had left.
I didn't dismiss them at the time because I always had a soft spot for them. Why wouldn't you? They've got so many hits, haven't they? We'll be talking about Bananarama quite a lot, I imagine, if we're going to stick with this.
But nothing ever gets higher than number 3.
Really?
Yeah, they have 3 number 3 hits. This is one of them. Do you know what the other 2 are?
No, go on, tell me. They've got so many songs.
One's about an Italian actor.
Robert De Niro's Waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other one was a charity single.
Oh, the one, The Help with French and Saunders, something like that. Someone on YouTube, James, says, I listened since high school. I still listen this song in my car every day. Do you know who wrote that comment?
Pete Waterman?
No. Someone called James Cook 007. So I'm suspecting you've been on YouTube putting stupid comments.
It's not me. Don't know what you're talking about. I don't listen to this song every day. Shut up. You do. I spoke to my wife about this song. Yeah, I know she was a huge Bananarama fan back in the day.
Yeah.
And she said, oh, I know the dance routine to this.
Cool.
And we watched the video, and it turns out she doesn't know the dance routine to this.
Yeah, Bananarama gave you the feeling. I mean, they absolutely had that feeling, I'm going to say, especially for women. It was an achievable thing. None of them are the greatest singers in the world. They're not doing incredible harmonies. It's not a music that's based on skill and virtuosity, yet nonetheless they speak to the heart, don't they, Bananarama?
Yeah, unlike a lot of singing groups, they don't like divvy up the lyrics. It's not like, oh, you do this bit and I'll do this bit. It's no, we'll all do all the bits all the time at the same time.
Sort of singing the same melody.
In the same tune.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for it. It's a...
It gives them a very distinctive sound.
Doesn't it?
You hear that and you go, oh, that's Bananarama.
Yeah. And I remember I played you a record once. I don't care, I love it, whatever that record is. You thought that was a Bananarama song because of the playground mentality of it.
Yeah, and this has a very sort of playground riff, doesn't it? That kind of teasing. I went to school with a bloke called Jonathan Kilty. I say bloke, he was a 10-year-old boy at the time. Jonathan Kilty. So obviously when this song came out,
yeah, go on.
We used to sing that to him.
Kilty.
You're Kilty as a drunken bee.
I want to talk about the lyrics a little bit because I say, Siobhan, I'm going to give her I'm going to compare her to Smokey Robinson or somebody for writing this song. Hey, you're called Smokey because of your silly job you had.
Yeah.
So.
And you're called Robinson? Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Let's have a look at... That's a nickname I have when I used to smoke too much weed.
Have we got to the song you shoplifted yet?
No, that's still to come.
Oh, that's so exciting.
So exciting. Last night I was dreaming. I was locked in a prison cell. When I woke up, I was screaming, calling out your name, lovely. The judge and the jury, they all put the blame on me. They wouldn't go for my story. They wouldn't hear my plea.
So Siobhan Fahey at this time is shacked up with Dave Stewart from the Eurythmics.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So when she's singing Last Night I was dreaming, I was locked in a prison cell. When I woke up, I was screaming, calling out your name. That means she woke up going, Dave!
Whilst I'm looking at those lyrics, I see underneath the songwriters seem to be Bananarama and Stuck Aitken and Waterman all having a bit of this song.
Yeah, they've all got songwriting credits
Great.
on it. Pete Waterman, whose words I think sometimes should be taken with a pinch of salt.
Such as?
He said, I'll always remember when Berry Gordy was on Radio 1 and said, I listened to a song called Love in the First Degree by a guy called Pete Waterman. He's the only guy that I would put one of his records out. Did he, Pete? Did he say that? Did he say Love in the First Degree by Pete Waterman? Because it's not your name above the shop, is it?
Yeah, right. I suppose he might have mentioned that record and then Peter Waterman maybe justifiably thought, well, I wrote it and I did that. If Berry Gordy's giving you a shout out, you're going to take that and brag about it, aren't you? But, come on, that's all right. I mean, the song and the structure and the words... Sounds like a Motown classic.
It's a proper pop song.
Yeah, man.
Proper pop song, but it has got that Stock Aitken and Waterman production to it.
Absolutely. But
slightly sort of plasticky sound.
At the time, I had a little bee in my bonnet about Stock Aitken and Waterman, thinking, it's not, but loads of number ones, one of the biggest producing teams of all time, and the songwriting, a little bit like I played you earlier, that little... There's always a little bit of weirdness in a Stock Aitken and Waterman song that makes you go, oh, what's that? It's great songwriters.
I think They write good pop songs.
They really do.
I think the production is the thing that stops me really liking them.
I get ya.
I would really love to hear Stockacre Woodman songs done by sort of a Motown-style band.
Yes, I think that also, weirdly enough, bear in mind what was number 9 or 8, was the Pet Shop Boys as well. I think that they've got a very motorised, mechanic sound, haven't they? You may or may not like it, that's up to you. But I'd like to hear their songs done a little bit in a kind of, let's call it, more of a rock band setting. I mean, you know.
Oh no, are we turning into proper music men?
No. Because
I don't want to be a proper music
No,
man.
that means fuck that, as they say. What I'd say to that is, hey, motherfucker, get laid and get fucked. Is that it'd just be another way of hearing these songs. With my biases at the time, like I say, Pet Shop Boys have only recently unveiled their true high energy disco glamour to me. You know, production seems to be the thing people talk about most, whether they know it or not. If you record some songs forever, and people I know and myself when I've recorded songs, the first thing people like to do is tell you what it sounds like, and it's often production choices. Now, I find it annoying because I'm thinking, what's the song like first? What's the song? Is the song any good? Rather than the sound of this and that and the other. But, you know, horses for courses.
Nominated for Best British Single at the Brit Awards, but it was beaten by...
Prince?
Nope.
No, go on.
Never Gonna Give You Up.
The Mighty Astley?
Yes, indeed.
For what, best song or best record?
Single.
Okay, cool.
Pat Kane from Hue and Cry
Oh, yeah.
said about this song, this record is as exciting as 3 estate agents on holiday in Luton.
Yeah, well, fair enough. I mean, it's a bit snidey, and Hue and Cry they did a great record, didn't they? Which I heard on the radio the other day, whatever their big hit was.
Like-
Barbados, whoa, you got to fight for the right to be hit to your call. None of them are the words.
Labour of Love.
Yeah, that one.
Not Barbados.
The Barbados. Yeah, all right then. Well, it's whether you like authenticity, real sounds. I don't give a monkeys. Bananarama, great.
Watch the video. Bananarama are clearly having the best time filming that video.
Number 2.
Up 8 to number 2, Faith by George Michael. What is he doing in this video that he can't do in real life?
Oh, that's a good question. As a sort of answer, I'm just going to say this is a record I shoplifted. Thank you very much. Play guitar?
He can't play guitar, but he is pretending to play guitar. He said it was for the Americans. If you stick a guitar on, you've got a bigger penis. Simple as that.
I can feel things growing. Yeah, all right then. I love this record.
A US number 1, only a number 2 in the UK.
It's got the Bo Diddley riff, which we've alluded to. That's another thing I'm going to do along with, let's call it the Betty chord change. I always mention the Bo Diddley riff when it's happening. The last time we mentioned it was the Jonas Brothers. What's the man got to do? So here it comes again, loud and clear.
Apparently, this was written when Dick Leahy, the famous record producer guy, said to George Michael, I reckon you should write a rock and roll song.
Yeah.
And George Michael went, all right. So he wanted to write a song that sounded a bit like Kiss by Prince, and he kind of has.
Yeah, man.
And the first version of it was about 2 minutes long, and George Michael was like, it's too short to be a single.
What's the best bit of this record?
What's the best bit?
Yeah.
There's lots of good bits to this. I really like the beginning.
The organ of...
Yeah.
What
It's,
Wham song is it? I
It's
do Freedom.
Freedom by Wham, which is a song that he keeps coming back to in his solo career because it's almost like a funereal version of Freedom by Wham.
Churchy.
And that goes and then this kicks in to go kind of, I used to do that and now I do this.
In the video I like so much that it had, iconic video, before the church organ of freedom comes in, the jukebox is also playing I Want Your Sex by him. So before this record starts, he's already chucked in 2 classics he's done. That's confident, isn't it?
And then a few years later, he releases Freedom 90, which has got the same title. And then that has lyrics about faith in it.
Right, yeah.
Where he goes, when you shake your ass, they notice fast, and some mistakes were built to last. And in the video, he sets a black leather jacket on fire.
Yeah.
He's reinventing himself.
I like it. I always felt after this Faith album, he kind of was always a bit more miserable. I felt George. He was troubled, let's say, but you know the popness of this single and the album it comes from actually, such a good time. And you're wrong, by the way, because undoubtedly the best bit of Faith is "Baby."
You're right, it is. I was wrong. I mean, it's great. It's an iconic song, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that you say it's the Bo Diddley riff because that riff happens a lot in music. But if you play that riff to regular people, they will go, "Oh, that's Faith."
Yeah,
This is the song they associate it with.
As U2 said about a record they did once, Helter Skelter, this is a song that Charles Manson stole from the Beatles. That's a riff that George Michael stole from Bo Diddley, and he didn't give it back. He's keeping it.
Or did he steal it? Or was it Hugh Burns?
I don't know who Hugh Burns is.
Hugh Burns is the guitarist who plays the guitar on Faith.
Cool. Great guitar solo as well. I'm going to say, let's give a little shout out to solo. Lovely that is.
Hugh Burns plays the solo on another iconic single, which is probably best known for a solo on a different instrument.
Baker Street.
It is Baker Street.
Wow.
Well done.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Another million pop points to me. I find it interesting with Baker Street because everyone talks about the saxophone solo, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guitar solo in it is brilliant.
And that's the same guy who does the guitar on Faith.
Must be annoying for Hugh because he's played a blinding Baker Street's a solo, yet the saxophone solo gets all the cred.
And everyone gives that credit to Bob Holness, who has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I love that. I love that little bit of nonsense. Explain that, James. Go on.
Stuart McConey wrote a joke in Enemy once saying, "Pop fact, the saxophone solo on Baker Street is played by Bob Holness," and people went, "That's plausible enough to be real," and that became an urban myth, and it is not him.
It's a good bit of nonsense. There was a letter in Viz once, so much later, where someone wrote into this letter in Viz, James, they're saying, "I would just like to say that Bob Holness did not play the saxophone solo to Baker Street. However, he did contribute blistering lead guitar to Layla." Well done, whoever wrote that.
Did you know that Raphael Ravenscroft was the original host of Blockbusters?
That Bob Holness's original name?
No, that's the guy who plays saxophone on Baker Street.
Okay. Ben Dubs, 29,000. 7 years ago, he wrote this comment on YouTube. It says, "Can 2016 just fuck off, please? First you take Barry, then Prince, and now George Michael on Christmas Day of all days. Just being in 2017 as soon as possible." Yeah, I mean, it was surprising, wasn't it, that year? Everyone was saying this is going to happen every year from now, but it didn't, did it?
No, it's just sad. Just really sad because he was, to all intents and purposes, and all the stories are out there, he was just a great bloke.
Give all his money to charity without telling anybody about it.
He used to watch game shows and feel bad for people and then send them the money that they lost. And, oh, man.
I like it though. The Faith video, of course, it's iconic look, hasn't it? He's got his aviators and his leather jacket and jeans and his 5 o'clock shadow. I mean, you know it, don't you?
Yeah. Try make me look as masculine as possible, please.
No. He's not as masculine as possible there. I like the fact he's got revenge written on his leather jacket for some reason.
Yeah, Rocker's Revenge. It says.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Baby!
Iconic video, iconic song, legend, brilliant songwriter.
Yeah.
Dearly
I have
missed.
been indifferent to, let's call it, a lot of this top 10. Top 3 are all bangers.
Jink, 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 jink. Have you seen the version of Vic and Bob doing Faith?
Yes, I did. Yeah, hilarious.
It is one of the funniest things ever.
Check that out on YouTube if you want to laugh and not be 100% sure why you're laughing so hard.
The UK's number 1.
It's a non-mover at number 1 this week. It's only the Bee Gees with "You Win Again."
And they do win again because this is their first number 1 of the 80s, which means they are the only artist to have a UK number 1 in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. But they were also the only artist to have a UK number 1 in the 60s and the 70s.
What?
No one had a number 1 in the 60s and the 70s apart from the Bee Gees, and then they went and did it again in the 80s.
Cool. I mean, we talked about Dionne Warwick the other day, "Heartbreaker," didn't we? It was written by the Bee Gees. This is a great song, isn't it?
It is. It comes in with boom, it's a big banging intro, and then the Bee Gees noises come in.
Lovely. I mean, like D, it goes to F sharp minor, then a B minor, B minor, and F sharp minor. It's the chords. I was expecting it to be kind of a bit more trickier than it is. It's pretty standard, a lot of it, yet delivered with the melody. It's a thing of beauty.
A hit across Europe, but not in the United States, where it stalls at number 75.
Okay.
Some argue that this is still a hangover from the disco backlash.
Really?
Yeah, because the
Okay.
Bee Gees were everywhere in the 70s with their disco. And then there was a backlash against disco. And then maybe that's what stopped it in America. Or who knows?
I can imagine in 86 the American market being quite rocky.
And also the song called You Win Again. Maybe they don't like the idea of other people winning.
Well, I was thinking You Win Again. It's such a good title. And I'm thinking that Hot Chocolate did So You Win Again. And then I was thinking of an old Hank Williams song, country song called You Win Again. I was thinking, such a good title, isn't it? It's been used periodically over the years. I was looking for other people who did it. But as it turns out, the Hank Williams song especially, there's thousands of versions of that. And, have a little look. Check that out if you like that song. But we're not talking about Hank Williams. We're talking about Bee Gees and how good this is. On YouTube, Gypsy1M6 says, if you live in a region like I do that get lots of snow, then he puts in brackets Minnesota, he said, this song is a great song for snow shoveling. You'll have to trust me on that.
Well, we found a snow shoveling anthem.
Yeah.
Finally. What do you think of the lyrical content of this song?
Go on. I didn't really dig into it so much. I was enjoying the whole sound of it. What do you make of it?
Some of it is a little bit creepy.
Go on.
I'm going to break down your defences one by one. I'm going to hit you from all sides, lay your fortress open wide. Nobody stops this body from taking you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You better beware, I swear. I'm going to be there one day when you fall.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the chorus of You Win Again could suggest that the verse, if you like, is a revenge fantasy, a bit like George Michael had on his jacket, revenge. But the notion of You Win Again is so strong, isn't it? The narrator of this song has not got the power.
There's no fight, you can't fight this battle of love with me. You win again. We do nothing but compete. And then there's the bit at the end of the chorus, which I always thought was and I'll be Halloween. It's not.
What is it?
It's following you.
Sometimes those misheard lyrics are better, aren't they? I mean, like I always thought Oasis, the opening line of Live Forever was, maybe, I don't really want to know how you got engrossed. And
Got engrossed.
Yeah, and I thought, doesn't matter, but I think that's a stronger lyric, I know. This is good. Angela Harding 8276 says, under the comments to Bee Gees You Win Again, she says, wow, I've always liked Rod Stewart, but never seen this. What a way to start a Friday.
Apropos of nothing, I like Rod Stewart. But...
It's another song with a key change in the second.
Hooray.
So, yeah. I saw Barry Gibb sing this at Glastonbury, whatever year he was in the Legends spot. And beautiful, that gig that was. What I liked, the magical moment for me was some fellas dressed up as Barry Gibb. They had a spare golden lame jacket. They were quite a way back because of the Hey Man vibes at Glastonbury and everybody's sharing. This jacket got passed to the front. Barry Gibb put it on for the last few songs, and ill-fitting. God, it was beautiful, James, because all the fans were there, sort of, paying tribute to him. And there was a little shared moment, and for some reason, the last few songs he did in this gold lame jacket, they were all better. Something beautiful was happening, man.
Yeah, lovely. There's a great quote from Morris Gibb. He says, as soon as you hear that Jabba Doomba on the radio, you know it's us.
What? How's he called? Jabba
Doomba.
Jabba.
Trying to describe the Bee Gees sound.
Yeah, it's
Jabba
good.
Doomba.
It's a good way to describe it. Like the Babadook.
It's the fourth biggest selling single of the year in the UK, behind
Go on.
Never Gonna Give You Up,
Of course.
Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now, and
Starship.
yeah, and I Wanna Dance with Somebody.
Whitney.
Big year for contractions.
When I was 17, 18, I secretly loved this song. Maybe it wasn't as rock and roll or as anti-establishment as I...
The beat, though, it just absolutely stomps in,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Unashamedly, loud, big drums.
I think so. I like you responding to that tribal rhythm, James.
It speaks to me. So there you go. There's the top 10. I absolutely loved it because a lot of it reminded me of songs I played a lot when I was a kid.
I was indifferent to some of it, but it's always good to remind yourself of your life, isn't it? And maybe hear it with new ears. What's your favourite this week, James, if you had to? Have a little think about it. What's your least favourite, maybe, so we can...
I don't really... I mean, Crockett's theme is probably the least interesting. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
It's
Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter.
No, it does matter.
Nothing bad's going to happen.
Because I know what I want to say, and I know you're going to roll your eyes if I say it.
Don't let me rolling my eyes put you off in life.
I'm just looking at these going, which one of these would I
I'm
listen?
bored of this. For me, it's Faith by George Michael. It's a classic. What's yours?
Little Lies by Fleetwood Mac.
Cool. I love that song.
What a twist. What an unexpected twist at the end there. Who saw that coming?
Hey, thank you very much for listening. If you want to listen to our, what do we say now, James?
Bonus tracks.
If you want to listen to our bonus tracks, please sign up to our Patreon. And we'll be talking about 6 more records that never made the top 10, so we'd never get to talk about them in the main body of this program.
And some of them are absolutely bonkers.
But some just say I'm free, as Dizzy Rascal says.
Got a song from someone who's kicked out of the army. We've got the Welsh U2.
Yeah.
A song that I'd never heard before that I've become a little bit obsessed with.
And we will be discussing the notion of memory.
So deep. The bonus tracks are so deep. Guys, get on board, join our little club, because we love you. You pay our rent. So thanks very much for listening.
Genuinely thanks for listening to this nonsense.
We hope you've enjoyed it. And until next time, shooby-dooby-doo up.
Bop, bop, shoo up.
Hey, motherfucker, get laid.
And get fucked. Get laid, get fucked. Hey, motherfucker. Hey, motherfucker, get laid, get fucked. Thank you for listening.